run through a wall. That's what we say in sports. My coach makes me feel like I can run through a wall.
Welcome to Lifting with Liz. Today I am working out with my good friend, James McMillian. I am so psyched. We've been hanging out a lot this month, seeing each other around New York City, at Rock Center for the Today Show. So for those who don't know, James is the president of Tone House, where we're working out today. He is an Adidas athlete. He is also just an incredibly kind, down-to-earth human who you will see that as we get to it. I heard you're training for the ethics competition that's coming up hot, so I created sort of a mini turbo version, which is not gonna be as hard as what you would do if you were on your own. And mostly it's giving me a taste of what James is up to. So I might ask you to put on your strength and conditioning coach cap today and make sure to like cue me if I'm doing anything wrong.
I got you, I got you. Let's get into it.
Awesome. All right, let's just get down and start doing some warm-up moves. How is your body feeling today?
My body is sore because I'm training for a competition, getting ready, even a marathon. So I'm still a little sore, so.
Welcome to my world.
I
feel like I'm always living in soreness. You and I both have back injuries that we've recovered from, so we are having a little bonding session about that. I love to deadlift, but I'm always really thoughtful about my back. So I don't know, since I got injured, warm-ups are like everything to me. How about you?
You gotta warm up. As I get older, I'm realizing I need to warm up more. When I played sports, I was always the one that never warmed up and just went out there and danced to the music, and that was my warm up. And then I would go out there and run like a 100-yard touchdown. But I need to add the warm-ups in more as I get older, so it's key.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I used to do the same. Actually, I'm embarrassed to admit, it really wasn't until a few years ago when I hurt myself skiing. I would just go out cold for a run to lift. I was like, warming up is for the birds, but I feel very differently now.
Exactly. Actually, social media helped me. When I do my videos, I like to look like the expert, so you gotta warm up. So
you had to start practice what you preach.
Exactly. So I had to force myself to actually warm up and just get nice and loose before I go out there and run or do my workouts and lifts.
Our first event in Lifting with Liz / James's typical workout is we're gonna start with a run. So normally when you do this workout, you would run for a full mile to kick off. Like at top speed or?
At like a 3/4 speed.
3/4 speed.
Something where I can also just only breathe through my nose, just to prepare me for the competition, because it goes run, lift, so things like that. We're gonna pump our arms, let's get it.
Let's do it. We've done our run. That was really fun. And I'm not super into cardio, though I'm trying to get more into it. So thanks for reminding me. As I'm catching my breath, I'm reminded, as I was doing some research on you, you've talked about in the past how you had asthma as a kiddo.
Yes, I was born with asthma, and the doctors told my parents that I shouldn't play sports. But because my parents are stubborn, and I learned to be stubborn, I said, no, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna play every sport I can think of. But that's what made me train even more. So it started there. I played football, rugby, wrestling, track, everything except basketball. I wasn't a basketball person, which is weird because my whole family loves basketball.
What was your event in track?
Track, I did the 400 meter, and track was more so to get in shape for football.
400 meters of pain. That's a tough event because it's long, but it's short enough that you can give 100% every step.
And most of the football players, we did track just to get us prepared, and our coach happened to be the track coach as well. So it just worked out in our favor. But I would advise any young athlete do track to get you ready for that football field.
What's our first move?
First move is going to be reverse lunges.
Reverse lunges, how could I forget?
This allows you to build your knee stability a little bit more, to have a nice, stronger lower body and build that lower body endurance. With competitions, your legs are the first ones that give. So we're just going to do alternating reverse lunges. We'll do 10 reps. All right, we'll go right into it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go. So we're going to come down to the knee to the ground, reversing. What I like to do is to get a little bit more balance, I lean slightly forward, just slightly, just to help my balance and coordination, just like that. So this is gonna get me prepared when my legs don't feel like pushing a sled or squatting a heavy weight and it burnt out. This just gets me nice and right, especially after a run.
Cool. Are we
Yeah.
doing 10 on each side?
I think we passed the 10.
Woo!
but
Okay.
Hey,
You can
athletes.
tell James is a coach because he immediately goes into coach mode.
Right? So used to it.
All right, so we are now going to do another run.
Another run.
Another run. All
Remember,
right.
this
here
is
we go.
our warm up. This is
our warm up.
Yes. So we're going there to run number 2. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
We went off script. James, before we do our next set, you just gave some advice to young athletes or kids who get some sort of diagnosis or feedback from a teacher. And I love that. It really felt like it was about perseverance and proving that you can.
Yes.
When you are talking to up and coming trainers, we both live in New York City, so there's a lot of them out here. What type of advice do you give to folks who are just beginning their trajectory?
I will always tell people to make it an experience.
Yeah.
You don't know what the person is facing when they come in the gym. People are coming from different avenues with the same mindset though, to train with you. So somebody may be coming in because work is hard. Kids are stressing them. They just got a breakout. You know what I'm saying? They just lost a job.
Yeah.
So you have to make it an experience. The workout is already going to be hard. Workout's going to be good. But you got to give them that experience so they can tap into what they need to get through what they're going through. So I always lead with that.
I think you posted something to your social, which by the way, if you don't already follow James, you definitely should. What's your handle?
JFitForLife_.
That's right. And you said something like, it's not about the workout, it's about how you make them feel.
Exactly.
And that like is seared into my brain ever since
So
I learned
that from sports. My hardest workout, but my favorite and best workout was when the coach tapped into us. He made it fun. He made the experience, whether we were gonna do ladders. When we do those are the hardest workout, but if he makes it fun, so what he would do is have the running backs on the line, and then he would tell the lineman to go first, and then he'll wait and make us chase them. Now, if he would have just told us to sprint full speed, we'd have been like, but no, we're chasing our lineman. Now our lineman is running full speed because they don't want us to catch them.
Yeah.
So it's like a mindset trick that you have, so you gotta make it fun. The workout is already hard. You don't wanna make it harder by mentally affecting them. You wanna change their lives and make them feel like they can do something that they didn't think they could do. Run through a wall. That's what we say in sports. My coach makes me feel like I can run through a wall.
Oh, I love that. I can imagine you guys laughing and even though your lungs are searing and your legs are burning.
300-pound lineman running full speed and we had to wait. We on the line like we're gonna get him, and then he says go. And we chase them, they looking back and we chase some falling. I wish
we had some video footage of that. I love that. But we get to recreate it when we come to the gym and studios to work out. Now it's time for our thrusters. All right, let's do it.
Squat to press. The key is shoulder width apart. Think about driving with your legs. It's less of an upper body move, and we want to be explosive, as you know. All right. So this is going to help if anybody's doing wall balls for high rocks, even for us athletes where we have the shoulder press. So we're going to do 10 reps. This time we're going to do 10 reps. Okay. So we're going to squat all the way low, below parallel, driving up, down. That's 2. There we go. 3, keeping those elbows up. 4, because you get to work your lats as well. 5, 6, there we go. 7, 8, get nice and low. 9 and 10.
Woo!
Ooh.
I love that.
You're killing this.
Okay, now that we're done with that, we have another run.
Okay,
here we go.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Getting our knees up, pumping our arms.
These are getting easier.
Yeah. The runs actually become active recovery.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Running would be the fun part.
Exactly.
That you look forward to. Okay, James, we're both wearing these sneaks. You actually gave me this pair. These are the
drop set.
The Adidas drop set.
Yes.
Tell me about being an Adidas athlete. That's pretty new, right?
So I just became an Adidas global trainer. So what that means is I put on events with Adidas, hosting for trainers in New York City, but also globally. So I'll probably be in Berlin in October, go to Germany a few times a year, do activations at headquarters. So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome, James.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Cool. Thank you.
Now we're doing our drop sets. So 10 of these.
Yes.
So these are burpee-esque.
So
I have a different name for these.
In sports, we call them drop downs.
Drop downs.
Because it's not like the burpee, because with the burpee, you drop down, you jump up.
Okay.
Sports, it's a drop down because sometimes in sports, you get knocked down. The best athletes, they got to get back up. So that means you're gonna drop, you can still jump,
Okay.
but you're not raising your
Got it.
hands up because you wanna get up and make the play.
Cool.
So the key is leading
Like
with your
bring
chest.
our hips through.
Leading with your chest.
Okay.
And I would say let the weight, allow the weight to bring you down.
Okay.
Then you're gonna react. So you drop, boom. Now the key is to bring your feet parallel to the dumbbells. Here, jump up.
Got it. Okay.
So explosive jump at the top.
Okay.
So it's not a little, no,
Okay.
it's a,
I'm getting like a master class in a move that I need to perfect
Oh, yes.
because I've got a high rocks competition in my future. We might be
And
doing some
we
competitions
may have
together
to
in
do
our
a
future
mixed
too.
doubles. We may have to do
Yeah,
a
I
mixed
like
double.
it.
And in the gym, I like to get a heavy weight. So I'm in the gym with the 100-pound dumbbells.
What?
Yeah, it makes it more explosive. So imagine if I do the drop down or burpee without the weights.
Yeah.
I'm quick, I'm fast.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get it
Okay.
done.
All right, let's do it. Wait,
All
let me
right.
grab them.
We have 10 reps of it.
Okay.
Ready? 3,
Yes.
2, 1, drop. Jump. 1, 2. Last one. 10.
Let's go.
Oh man.
That was good.
amazing.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was amazing.
Okay.
See? And it forces you to control your breath. Right now
Yes.
we're out of breath. It reminds me, breathe into my belly, promote relaxation. I gotta focus on that if I have an asthma.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know how to do it right.
Oh man.
Is it time to run again?
Yes.
Okay.
Last one.
We got last run.
Last one. Let's go.
Normally, you would do that 3 sets through.
So I would do that full routine, 50 reps of each of the workouts, 1 mile run. Then I start my workout.
Wait, this is literally just the warm up.
This is just a warm up.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Well,
We competing.
we all come and begin at different places, and I
Yes.
know you're very experienced at working with people all across the fitness spectrum. So thank
Yeah.
you for your patience with me. Since
No,
I'm
you
a
killed
little.
it. You killed it. You made that
Well,
look
thank you.
easy.
Let's start cooling down. So James, you sit in the center of fitness here in Tone House. You work with Adidas. I know you're involved with all sorts of different competitions and orgs. When you look into your crystal ball, where do you see fitness and wellness going in the future?
Right now, especially with AI
Yeah.
and things like that, where technology is getting bigger and better, I feel like people will have more access to be able to be more consistent. That's one of the hardest parts of getting people into fitness is a consistency, especially with their job, their kids, their families, keeping them consistent. I feel like with the AI trainers and all that, but then that's a hard point for us.
Yeah.
You can't mimic the in-person, but I feel like people will try to adapt to that just so they could get started. But I'm loving the trend of the run clubs, the wellness expos. I feel like the festivals are going to be bigger in like 2026, 2027, where people are going out there. Like you can see Coachella now is adding a wellness part for it. So people are more inclined to that, but AI is going to be big with fitness in the future. You got to think about the people who are just starting. They get intimidated by just going in the gym, let alone talking to somebody. Because it goes back to the things of some people are afraid to ask questions because they feel they should know the answer, but they don't know the answer. So they don't want to just ask the question at all. And then years go by. So the AI actually helps them. And yes, for my career, of course, I'm like, no. But then if it helps people stay healthy, like my family members and all that, I'm like, I'd rather them do that than to be selfish and say, oh, I want a career off of it, because you still can't mimic in person, so we won't lose out too much.
Yeah.
But I'd rather people be healthy and try what actually works.
I feel similarly about automation and AI and how that will change things. And yet, as you said, people are craving community and that connection and chemistry that you only get when you show up and like high five people in real life. You mentioned your family and their fitness journey. You talk about your sister and your mom on social, and I love that. It always warms my heart. Is family really important to you?
Family is so important to me. I was raised by women, all right? So like my sister, she's always been a driving force for me. My sister had her first child when we were in high school. Wow. We were going on 15, and we're Irish twins, so we're around the same age. So that motivation outside of having asthma It was different than what most people would think. The area we grew up in, it's a downtrodden area, and I felt like I would have to fight a lot because people was gonna pick on us, different things like that. So I was like, no, I need to work out. So I had the biggest transformation that summer that she got pregnant because I worked out because I'm like, I'm gonna be fighting. Because there's a lot of bullies and different things. So I would do 500 push-ups a night. I had a 10-pound pair of dumbbells. I would try to do 800 curls every single night. I would eat 4 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I would run the town that I was in. I grew up in Mount Vernon, New York. So everybody would see me running and working out always. And then when my niece was born, I would prop pillows around her because my sister had to work nights. My parents worked nights as well. Prop pillows around her, and I would work out. And I remember just talking to her and telling her, like, I'm gonna be something one day. I'm gonna make sure you're good. And like this working out is gonna get me there. And look where it actually got me there.
Oh my God, I never knew that story.
Yeah, so.
That's so cool that your sister having a baby and knowing you were about to be an uncle and like a protector in this little human's life motivated you in the most positive way.
So even like my senior year of high school, I tell people I didn't really have a senior year like most because I would have to come home after football practice and watch my niece. Instead of going out and partying and all that, I was watching her. So while I'm home, I'm like, I'm gonna just work out like nonstop. And that's what I would do every single night. 500 push-ups, the 800 curls. I had a routine.
So much of how I think of you is your kindness and how together you are. When you show up, you're like all in. So it was clearly deep-rooted. You have actually background in the visual arts. Tell us about that background.
So I went to college for film. So broadcast journalism as well as TV production, and then I had a minor in autism. So I worked at BET, Nickelodeon, MTV, Essence magazine, different outlets like that. I started in BET. That was me writing SpongeBob coming up at 8 and different things like that and cutting those together. And then at BET, like I've interviewed some of the top celebrities when 106 in Park was a thing still. So that career actually transitioned me into the entertainment when I also got signed with Wilhelmina Models. So I was a Wilhelmina model for 11 years, doing billboards, magazines, different things like that. Being a model then transitioned me into the fitness industry because I was a fitness model. And that's where I met Alonzo, the founder of Tone House, at a men's fitness event because we were both in the magazine at the time. So everything
I didn't know that backstory.
Yeah, everything kind of connected, but each of those stories, it was me taking a risk. Even like in the film industry, like I was an intern at first, and out of 100 interns, I was the only one hired. But the way I got hired was, and I remember a quote, and I'll leave you guys with a quote. My boss said, the best quote I ever heard was, potential gets you fired. Potential should get you in the door, but once you're in the door, you need to have more than potential. So once she told me that the first time, I like hit the ground running, and then I remember going to her and saying like, hey, I can't be an intern anymore. That's when it was unpaid interns. I was like, this is what I've done for the company, and this is my last day. She was like, oh, that's unfortunate, but then the next day she offered me a job. So it was amazing, and then I transitioned that into all the things I'm doing now.
That's cool. You definitely showed more than just your potential. You mentioned autism and your education.
So I also had a minor because eventually I want to retire by opening a center for fitness, for wellness, for people with autism. The backstory is when I was in high school, there was a kid who had autism and people were like bullying him, this and all that. And I was a popular person, so I told him, come with me. Before the end of the year, everybody knew him. Everybody was giving him high fives. He was with the football team, and then he didn't show up for like 2 weeks. And then I asked about it, and he ended up passing away in that time. And that was like my first time really being like a heartbroken person. And I wanted to study them more because I just remember when he was excited, it was pure happiness. They can tap into pure strength, pure happiness, pure intelligence. Like they can fly over the city and draw it. So we call them special, but they're special because they have superpowers that we can't even tap into. So it made me want to understand them more when I got to college, and then I eventually want to open a center so they can have resources.
That's awesome, James.
Yeah.
And I know you will do it. You really take every difficult moment and challenge and turn it into something so awesome and beyond what most people could envision. Also incredible, I didn't know you were on air when you worked in the visual arts and entertainment industry, but that makes sense since you're now working with the Today Show as a Start Today trainer. I see you in the app and doing lots of TV segments. That's so fun, and I know you'll inspire a lot of people.
Thank you so much. I see you up there too.
I am there too. I'm working on it. Yeah. All right, it's time for our high five. Okay, James, this is turbo round. Number one, something surprising that's always in your gym bag.
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Yes, I need my chocolate.
Do you do that like pre-workout for some calorie and sugar?
After.
It's your treat.
It calms my brain down after.
Cool.
Some nice candy, some chocolate. I always have M&Ms. Always.
Regular or peanut?
Peanut.
Okay. Peanut.
Yeah, I like
those are my
peanut
favorite too.
yes.
Peanut. All right, number two, power song that never fails you.
Put On by Jeezy.
All right.
I put on for my city, on for my city. It just reminds me that like where I came from and that everything I do in life puts on for the city.
Number three, do you have a go-to mantra?
Rest if you must, but don't you quit. When you quit, everything is over, it's done, you can't go back. But if you rest, you can reevaluate what's going on, learn how to adapt, learn how to update whatever is around you, and then you still win. But if you quit, it's done. So rest if you must, but don't you quit.
Number four, we didn't really talk about nutrition except for the M&Ms, but what's your favorite meal of the day and why?
Favorite meal of the day is all of them.
I like it.
I like to eat. I eat moderately healthy, but I love my snacks, and I don't try to follow a strict diet. I don't want the things that I do love, whether it's fitness or nutrition and eating, to feel like a job. Because once you feel like it's a job, once you step away from the job, you want to stay on vacation as long as you can. So I don't like to treat it like a job, and I just try to eat healthy as much as I can. But yeah, no strict diets.
Final question. What is one word people would use to describe you?
So I like that question. In different environments, people see me in different ways, but the overall, I think people will always see me as, I guess, happy. I overcome a lot of things, and it's due to looking at life in a different way, having asthma, and that taking me out so many different times, and the environment I came from, with seeing friends that had more personality than me gone through street violence and different things. So it's like, I'm just happy to be able to do what I'm doing. Like, I like to joke, and my mom says never say this, but I feel like I'm sneaking into the life that I have right now. And I'm just waiting for people to realize I'm not supposed to be there. But
James.
I should, because I earned it, but just happiness of life and just being able to still be alive and be here. So is what I pride myself.
Well, from where I sit and everybody who knows you, you have more than earned the spot you have on this earth and everything that you're doing, which is incredible.
Thank you.
And this totally resonates for me, because when I think of you, I think of your big charismatic smile. I feel like you enter every room that I've ever been in smiling.
It's like I snuck in. I'm like a little bad kid, like, hey, I'm in here. don't realize.
No, but you bring the heat once you show up. So it's more than just a smile. There's a lot behind it.
Thank you so much.
I adore you. Thanks for lifting with Liz.
Yes,
that was super fun.
That was a lot of fun.